Add to the stream. There we go. There we go. Hi, everybody. It's Dr. Wendy Walsh. Welcome to my live stream that I do for a few minutes where I answer three quick questions about your love life, your relationships, before I go into my exclusive Zoom room on my Patreon community. If you would like to join my exclusive private Zoom rooms, you just come onto my Patreon community. The website is Patreon, Patreon, patreon.com/Dr. Wendy Walsh. For as little as $8 a month, you can come on over and have access to me all the time. Send me private messages, I answer them. I do not have a medical practice. I have a PhD in clinical psychology, and I'm a professor of psychology. I teach at California State University, Channel Islands. Will a long-distance relationship keep long? I'm going to open up the comments on the other social media so I can get the questions. Hi from Montreal. How are you? Hi, Charms from Ottawa. You know what? Long-distance relationships work as long as you have a strategy. You should have an exit date. In other words, we're going to be together in the same city by however many months, 6 months, 9 months, 1 year. You have to have a schedule of when you're going to contact each other, when you're going to talk to each other, and what you're going to do during the vulnerable moments, right? When somebody really needs somebody and they're in the wrong time zone. It can be difficult, very, very, very challenging. Okay, any questions? Now going over to hello, welcome, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn. Who else is over there? I can't remember all the social media. I went over on StreamYard. But if you do have a question, please put it up and I'll be happy to answer. About dating somebody at work is a problem in today's times, especially because we're talking about potential for sexual harassment law claims, right? So you can date somebody at work if they're in a completely different department and they're on the same level as you, and you have no way to influence each other's paycheck or ability to get a promotion. Most workplaces have a love contract. In other words, they ask employees to disclose. I mean, the CEO of CNN just stepped down because he was having a romantic relationship with his number 2 person. And he said his company policy is to disclose it to human resources, and they did not disclose it. So it's really important to figure out what your policy is at work and be very careful about dating at work. I'm looking for more questions. Oh, it's a good one. How to have boundaries with in-laws. Okay, so Vic L., I just want to say this to you. You can't put boundaries on anybody else, only on yourself. So it's all about changing your reaction to them. So I wish I knew specifically, then I could give you a specific example. But if let's just say they're busybodies and they're asking inquiring relationships about how you parent or how you treat their son or daughter or whatever, you can politely say, I don't feel comfortable talking about that, but thanks. There's a nasty way to say too, which is that's none of your business. But just say, I don't feel comfortable about talking, and then just change the subject, right? If it's physical space boundaries, like they're walking into your house and they got keys and everything, then you got to work it out with your spouse to make sure you take away those keys and change your reaction to them. But if you think about boundaries, you want to think about it as a wonderful, safe little fence around you to protect you. And you have to think about consequences. Don't think about trying to change someone else's behavior. Ask yourself what you can change in response to them. How to not be clingy. You have to learn to self-contain. That means you have to find other coping strategies to your abandonment anxiety. That's what clingy is, right? I'm afraid to be alone. I need to know where they are. I need to call them all the time. I don't feel good. You need to practice some self-care to learn how to calm your system, because this belongs back in the cradle. It was something that happened a long time ago that created this anxiety. It's not the current person. It's the same question I'm getting over here. What's good advice for anxious attachment for the first few months of a fresh relationship? How to go slow? The best thing every time is to talk about what you're experiencing and your feelings and say, here's what I learned about myself. I've got a bit of an anxious attachment style. And then you get this new person to be your partner in it and say, would you please tell me if it feels like I'm being too much or too clingy? Because I'd like to know what it feels like to you. And that's a way to grow intimacy too, right? So just be honest about what you're feeling. Trust issues, dating app advice. Let's go up here to Tinder for Tinder. That's so funny. TikTok. You know why I said Tinder? Did you guys see my video today that I posted on the Tinder swindler? Did you guys see the Tinder swindler? They only posted on Netflix a documentary about 5 days ago, and it is the number one. I'm going to put this up here. It is the number one watch movie like in all times on Netflix. And it's fascinating. So fascinating. If you're not on my TikTok, and I'm talking to you on Facebook, YouTube, and everywhere else, you should come on over and watch that video. But what was the question? Oh, and then it went away because I didn't answer it fast enough. Trust in issues in it. Oh, I have to let my daughter in. One moment, please. She's at the door right now. Oh. Hi, do you want to say hi to the internet? No. She does not want to say hi to the internet. She's shy. She just came home from work. Okay. Diego Juan says on YouTube, hi, sometimes I miss my ex, but she was too avoidant for me. How do I stop thinking about her? So I want you to know it's not about her. It's about you and your attachment style. She's just a convenient object for your anxiety and your loneliness. And the answer, of course, is to learn to contain yourself and learn to understand what actually caused that anxiety way back when. So therapy can really help. Okay, Sai, I'm going to put you up here just because you gave me such a nice compliment. Where are you? You're over on YouTube. I just came here because you're such a smart, gorgeous woman. That's what somebody put. And that's sweet. Look, I'm 59 years old. Also asked if I live in, when am I in Europe? I don't know, but I was thinking of going to Paris for my birthday. Not Paris, but the south of France. I'm thinking. Okay, back to questions. Oh, dating app advice. That's what I was getting to. Okay, so here's my, thank you for reminding me. Here's the dating app advice. When you're on a dating app, you suffer from paradox of choice. Paradox of choice means that the more choice a human being has, the less likely they are to make a choice. And when they do make a choice, they don't value the choice very much. So it's a way of kind of biohacking your brain that makes you more addicted to the app, the little hits of dopamine that come with a match, instead of getting out of the real world to meet somebody. So my best dating app advice is this: never match with more than 2 people at once, and make sure that you spend that time on the app eliminating one and deciding which one you're going to get on the phone with, and do that within a few texts. If they're late in responding, they say something slightly inappropriate, don't forgive them. Just move them on and move to the next one. And then if you like the phone conversation, don't have a first date. Meet for a very short coffee. Very short, 20 minutes. I actually had heard about a woman who met people off Tinder in a Mercedes-Benz car dealership because they had free coffee, apparently, and she felt safe with all the salespeople around her. I don't know, maybe she knew somebody who worked there. Okay. Oh, yes. Nadia Carla Alvarez Islas. How do I say that? What a name you have. Hi, greetings from Mexico City. Saw the Tinder swindler today. Oh my God, can't believe he's a free man. And supposedly he's on Tinder still. Now, a few people in my comments on TikTok sent me a TikTok profile of him, but I think it's a fake profile that somebody used on there. Okay, couple more questions, and then I'm going to my private exclusive Zoom room on Patreon. We're actually going to be talking today about the art of forgiveness as well. You can ask me all your relationship questions there. To go there, you go to patreon.com/Dr. Wendy Walsh. And TikTok, I want to say something, please, please, please. I'm grateful that you've all been with me for a year. It's moving to know that I'm 998,000. But you know what that means? Please reach out to 2,000 of your friends and get them to follow me in the next few days. It'd be really nice to, what should I do to celebrate 1 million followers on TikTok? Put a comment up and tell me what you think I should do. I was thinking of maybe like getting a cake with the TikTok logo and putting sparklers on it or something. Why does someone pull away after 6 months when everything is great? Ask them. And if they pulled away and aren't talking to you, then they are somebody who's addicted to the love hormones, the lust that happens at the beginning of the relationship, or they have avoidant attachment style and it's too much, or you've been a little clingy at the 6-month mark. There could be lots of things going on, but there's a chance to talk about it and just bring it up, right? The girl and I, wait, question. Raining in France. Hi, Dr. Wendy. The girl and I dating are meeting on Valentine's Day. Should I get her gifts? I bought flowers and a huge teddy bear. Advice? It's been 1 month. That's more than enough. Flowers and a huge teddy bear after just 1 month? Cool it. Too much too soon. Okay, that's it. Stop right there. But is this your first time ever seeing her? I hope you haven't just been talking online for a month, because then it's way too much. You should only be meeting for a 10-minute coffee. My Zoom room, somebody asked, yes, it's on patreon.com/Dr. Wendy Walsh. And tonight we're talking about the art of forgiveness. Forget it. I'm sorry, Kimberly, did I miss something? Did you say it over and over? Why do I feel like I have to be dating, getting attention to be happy? Good question. A good question for you and your therapist to talk about, right? Because the truth is, when you're finally happy and feel so satisfied with all the social support you have in your life, the non-sexual social support, your friends, your family, your colleagues, and you really feel that your life is complete, that's when you're the most attractive mate, right? And so when you're sort of longing and needing, getting attached easily to someone who is not investing enough, would it be a self-esteem problem? It's a combination of self-esteem, but mostly an anxious attachment style. Look it up, take an attachment test. We call it a premature attachment. I can't remember where I read that. Somebody said that, and I was like, oh my goodness, a premature attachment, right? It's like you're letting yourself emotionally get down the road before you've even done a proper assessment. Raining in France asks a personal question: would I marry again? I do not know. I think at our age, my age, and the age of my boyfriend, we have built a life that has assets in it, and marriage is very much a financial and business thing. And so I have grown adult kids. He has grown adult kids that we want to make sure that our real estate, et cetera, gets left to them. I don't like the patriarchy around marriage. I mean, I wouldn't, the whole thing. I went by a bridal shop the other day that had these big, huge princess dresses, and I was cracking up because I'm like, that's a costume. And there are these, super educated women who are attorneys and investment bankers, and they're still dreaming about pretending to be a virgin being given away by their dad to another man. I don't know. So anyway, the patriarchal part I'm not so into. The religious part I'm not so into. I like the idea of having a commitment ceremony in a public way where you invite your friends and family, and I like that part. But the whole money part and the patriarchy, not so much into. Can I please answer? I keep hearing, but I don't see what it is because the questions are going by so fast. I keep saying, answer, please, answer, please. I don't know what the question is. Okay, I have to go over to my Patreon Zoom room, so I'm going to answer one more questions. One more questions. Patience is a virtue. It certainly is. One more. Come on, TikTok. Give me a question. You're saying, please answer, but I didn't see the question. I'm sorry. I caught feelings for someone through nonverbal communication. Any advice? I don't like the term caught feelings, like it's something that comes from out there. Your feelings actually come from in here, and you didn't catch them. You created them in response to, you've visually like the look of this person, but it's not going to be anything close to a real relationship unless you open your mouth and ask a question, or at least say hi. Okay. I love you all. I'm heading over to Patreon now. My Zoom room starts at 6:30, so you guys have 20 minutes to join. Patreon.com/Dr. Wendy Walsh. I'm also live here on TikTok, as you know, every Sunday during the Dr. Wendy Walsh radio show on iHeartRadio. If you want to listen to any of those shows, you can download the iHeartRadio app, search for Dr. Wendy Walsh, and you'll see my radio shows that are every single week. Anyway, it's always wonderful to see you, and we'll see you next week. I love you all. Bye.